The golf thing came from Rick. Him and his brother Robert started doing the home brewing together, and they did that for maybe about 5 or 6 years. And Rick and his partner Dave, the other owner right now, they were working together, and David owned a business prior to this, and he hated working for someone else, and he's just like, hey man, you know how to brew, and I know how to run a business, like let's do it. And Rick will tell you the real reason for doing it is he just wanted to drink beer for free, so why not?
Hey, that's perfect, man.
And then the golf club came from when Rick was mashing at home and he couldn't find his mash paddle, but his wife had a brand new woman's 3-iron, pulled it right out of the bag, sanitized it, and then that's where they came up with the whole name and the whole golf theme and everything. And that 3-iron's actually here in the window in the fermenter room. That's our 3-iron. And we do it all here. It's just a 1-barrel system. So we do 2 kegs at a time, or we can double up, we'll do 4 kegs if we have to double our batches. And we'll brew 3 or 4 times a week just to maintain our stock. We don't really do a lot of distribution. Just try to keep everything in-house, keep it really consistent. All because you can tweak it, and if it's not amazing, you just have 2 kegs of not amazing beer. But for the most part, 1 through 10 up there, which they're always the same 10 beers, I call them bulletproof. We only tweak those if we start to get tired of it. Like the new batch of Albatross IPA, it's almost like caramelier and like silkier. I don't know how to explain it, but just from 2 weeks ago, just the batch difference is like incredible. It's still the same 9%, and it's still the same hoppiness, but it's just the technique improved. They've been brewing that beer for 8 years. And they finally barely put a twist on it.
Have you guys ever had any bad batches so far?
We never had any bad batches. We've had some tart batches, where we've had stuff that wasn't up to par, so we modified it. You had a fruit or you had something to it, just kind of. We've never had to dump a barrel. Let's put it that way. We've always been able to fix it or change it or do something where it was drinkable, and that's usually like our fire sale.
Nothing goes to waste.
Nothing goes to waste. The first 3 years, it was only this side. So they didn't have that back walk in, and all the tables and chairs were in here, and it was just like, all the cranes and stuff. Now, year 4, we absorbed Unit B. I've been to a lot of breweries, and I love looking at other places. They got nice matching tables and chairs and shit, but it's just, I don't know, it's really homey, it's really comfortable. That's what got me in here, it's super casual.
And then you guys don't have nothing going to waste, so that's the beauty of it. Especially like you said, you tweak it, get it to par, and then go from there. I mean, yeah. I know a lot of companies probably like, oh, this batch is bullshit.
You dump it if you know it's going to be like terrible and it's going to ruin your name, but especially we're probably the only brewery that does 1 barrel at a time. Other places, they start at 5 barrels, for 10 or 15. So they're gambling on 75 kegs of beer. So what are you really going to do? I mean, they have to make the decision. Are they going to waste a few $1,000s, or are they going to try and make it? But, sometimes it's easier for them to just be like, eh. And then it sucks too when it's on like flagship beer. Like, we've never fucked up a flagship beer, but we've, had some batches where we were trying to experiment and make something new. But because it was new to us, it was just like, oh, okay, didn't come out exactly how we planned it. Could have done it better, could have done, never like a contamination thing. It's always just been like in the middle of brewing, the technique wasn't there. So then when the final product was out, it was just like, meh. Like, all right, cool, let's put the fruit in it, let's fucking, let's sour it. We'll intentionally sour beers, just to make it more appealing. Instead of it just being like a fruited ale that just has no body or anything, what do you want to do? Dry hop it, make it hoppy, or sour it? And people actually dig it. We'll get a cool tart out of nowhere and people will dig on it. Stout that's just, it's not stouty enough, so then you ream it with coffee or you ream it with chocolate or raspberry or something, and make like a peanut butter jelly sandwich. It's just, there's ways to really work around it.
What do you guys specialize in styles? Or you guys the second word, like
Rick's a little bit all over the place, but I'd say the the first beer he brewed was a brown. So he's really partial to the darker beer. But the other owner, Dave, is really partial to IPAs. Big West Coast IPA fan. I mean, he's always bringing in cans just to see what other people are putting out. And then, you know, trying to see what kind of hop combinations he likes. So between the two of them, Rick's more of the darker end and Dave's more of the IPA end. And then, you know, we just do the wheat ales because anyone can come in and drink a wheat or a blonde.
Yeah.
You know, it's easy, it's reliable.
Can't really go wrong with those.
Yeah, we kind of try to avoid hefts because the banana clove kind of flavor is just weird. You know, it's not really tuned for this area. I mean, we do have people that come and ask for it, but it's just like 1 out of 100.
Oh shit.
But a lot of people love like our blueberry blonde ale, and for the anniversary, we're doing the blueberry coconut blonde ale. Like that one, we caked it on Thursday, tapped it, and then it was gone by like Saturday morning. I mean, it barely lasts a day. So really just for this area, people do like a little bit sweeter, a little bit of an easier drink. But with all my club members, it's really hard to tell because I'd say like 40% of them jump between the 3 IPAs, and then the other 40% jump between the wheats, and then the last half do like all the dark ales.
Everyone's looking everywhere.
Everyone's looking everywhere, but I'd have to say for the brewers, Rick definitely likes it darker, and Dave definitely loves the IPAs. And he's always looking for a new way to make a juicy, hazy IPA without fruit. And you can do it. You could just do perfect hop combinations, and the citrus will come out, and it'll taste juicy and citrusy without having to put mango or lemon or anything in it. It's all just in the brewing technique.
Oh, that's a master right there.
You know, and Rick's done some. He keeps doing the brown over and over and over because he's trying to just like perfect this perfect nutty roasty brown ale. He's getting closer every time, and every year it's just like he puts out a new one, and it's just I know that's probably his favorite thing to mess around with is that brown.
Have they done any like not a sour, like a milkshake style?
We did last year for our 7-year anniversary. We did a milkshake. What was it? It was a milkshake IPA, but I can't remember what we threw in there. And that one went pretty quick too. I think that one was finished on the anniversary when people were coming in. And we do 4 beers every anniversary, so it's going to be vanilla cream ale, the blueberry coconut. I think it's going to be the hazy pale rider, and then I always forget what number 4 is. We're going to have our 8-year anniversary on April the 1st, 2023. It's going to be from noon to 10 o'clock with 4 special release beers, 2 bands, possibly a 3rd, food vendors, and it's going to be a pretty radical time.
Coconut one sounds fire.
Oh, everyone loves coconut ales when we do it, so it's just those are a hot sell.
Yeah, I'll be back for sure, especially on that day. I want to see. I'm gonna have to probably get here a little bit early.
Yeah.
Just to make sure I get, one.
No, we're gonna be open 8 to 10. 2 bands. I'm trying to get we actually had a woman performer in here last night, did a lot of original material, and she wanted to see if maybe she could squeeze in the middle of the bands for like a 30-minute set, and I was like, yeah, that'd be awesome. You know, make it interesting.
Is she local or?
She's an Imperial, but I don't know from what district. Her name is Danny Jordan, and she was on our Instagram and everything last night.
I think that's what I seen this morning.
Yeah, she was cool. Good chick, good attitude, good stage presence, and then the original material was awesome. I was really, it's good to see young artists that keep writing music.
So do you brew?
I've helped brew. I don't brew personally, but I came up with some good ideas. The summer shandy was fucking awesome last year. I hope they bring it back. Just nice and refreshing.
What you need in summer.
Or the sour cherry. That's what the 4th one is for the anniversary. The sour cherry hazy IPA. And it is good because it's just like a nice tart kiss. You get the good haze in there, good IPA base, and then it's just like has that cherry undercurrent. It's just like, oh, it's a fucking awesome beer.
Damn.
So, can't wait for that. April 1st.
Yeah, I'll fucking be here. I'm trying to get that what'd you say, the raspberry coconut?
The blueberry coconut.
Blueberry.
Yeah, that one's a great one too. And we're gonna can most of it. So We'll have everything
Take
on
something
tap
out.
and in cans, yeah.
I appreciate your time.
I appreciate you guys coming in.
I appreciate your hospitality, everything you did. And I can't wait to tell you guys the story, man. This is great.
Yeah, it started in Rick's kitchen with that woman's 3-iron. And then,
So by any chance, was that his wife's? Or
yeah, it was his wife's, yeah. And she just bought it, he pulled it right out of the bag and used it. So she never even got to hit it. The even funnier thing is that Richard and David both worked for Brian for a couple of years, so you know, that's how they met.
Shit.
We're the hole in the wall, you know, we're the garage, but all of our flagship beers, I still say they're bulletproof. We're very consistent on it, and when we do a mulligan, which is our experimental beers, we just try to stick with seasonal stuff, kind of tweak recipes, you know, just do, you know. Rick loves brewing something new every week. He loves testing himself, he loves working on a different technique, and he loves trying to make something everyone jumps in. And he's made a lot of beers that go in a night, or go in 2 nights. Like we had the mango orange week, you know, killed it in under a week. When we did the blueberry coconut as one-off, killed it in a day. And you know, we had a peppermint stout that probably took a month to kill, but even still, it was great. That wasn't his fault. That was someone else's suggestion. We did it. We had another suggestion for sage, rosemary, and thyme, and I was like, I'm not doing a Thanksgiving beer, man.
That's what I'm about to say. That's exactly what it sounds like. Hold on.
But, yeah, Rick's always trying to be inventive, and you know, it shows. It shows when we do a really good beer and it goes in a couple days, which is usually the case. I've never had a beer that really stayed on unless it was obviously like one we should have tweaked.
Yeah, I knew we should have did something to
Should have
it.
did something to it, but in the wintertime, you always have to come around in October for our triple IPA. 10% slobber knocker. It has a little bit of bourbon in it.
What the
And
hell?
it's a gnarly beer. We only serve it in 8-ounce glasses because if you have a couple of those, we're fine. That's all you need, a little dab of it.
I never heard of that. A little bit of bourbon.
Yeah, a little bit of bourbon, a little bit of oak. And we actually have a year-old keg in there. It's been conditioning, and we keep maintaining it, and it just keeps getting like smoother and smoother every year. It's a gnarly beer. He did do a barrel-aged stout. You know, you definitely had like the kind of raisiny, kind of boozy. You know, and even that went really well. Yeah, Rick's the man. He's definitely getting it down.
Oh, yeah.
And this is our crew. It's our little crew of ruffians. So, one of my customers, they were talking to the owners, and they were like, "I love it when Cole answers the phone because his voice is always a little bit like deep and sexy." I don't think it is. And I just happened to be walking up, and I was just like, "Did you say demon sexy?" And they're like, "No, deep and sexy." And I was like, it just kind of like swirled around. Everyone started saying demon sexy. Well, when I started playing music here as an acoustic guy, they're always just like, "Yeah, demon sexy." So that was my stage name for like 2 years, was Demon Sexy. And then our guy that used to do the grains, he's a woodworker and he used to do airbrush art and stuff. He made that guitar for me to put up in front when I was playing, and it just took up a lot of space, so I ended up putting it up top, and it's just kind of like, you know, part of the decor.
So that's why you retired.
That's why I retired. And we, that street sign, the, you know, city workers came by and they threw it on the ground, and I was just like, "May I please have that? That would be dope." Oh yeah, this is my office.
Damn!
And it's cool when I double stack everything and it's just like nice and organized. This is actually pretty well organized. It looks a little bit hairy, but it's been worse.
Nah, it looks good, man. What's poppin'? It's your boy, Craft Brews Review. We just got done with 3-Iron Brewing Company out here in Colton. Shout out to me and Cole right there, making this shit happen. Thanks for watching.